Hello dear students, this is RKSR lecture in chemistry. As you know already, in my previous videos I have completed electrochemistry topic, and in today's class I'll start with one of the organic chemistry topic, that is amines. According to our PUC board, a total 6 hours and 5 marks are allotted to these amines. And in our PUC board question paper, our chemistry question paper, if you observe, question number 35. Question number 35 is related to amines topic. And one more important thing is there is no any direct 5 marks question in the question paper. Therefore, this question number 35 is subdivided as A as well as B. Like A carries 3 marks and B carries 2 marks. And not only A, B, sometimes it may subdivide as A, B, C also. Like A 2 marks, B 2 marks, C 1 mark. Right. In today's class, we'll start with some introductory part of this amines. See here, introduction, like the commercial use of amines. The commercial use of amines is as an intermediates in the synthesis of medicines and fibers. I'll repeat, the commercial use of amines. The commercial use of amines is as an intermediates in the synthesis of medicines as well as fibers. Next. They occur among proteins, vitamins, alkaloids as well as hormones. I'll repeat once again. They occur among proteins, vitamins, alkaloids as well as hormones. Next point. Synthetic examples. Synthetic examples includes polymers and dyestuffs as well as drugs. I'll repeat. Synthetic examples of these amino compounds includes polymers and dyestuffs as well as drugs. Dyestuffs nothing but some colored materials. Next, novocaine. Novocaine is a medicine. Okay, it is a synthetic amino compound which is used as anesthetic in the dentistry. Once again, novocaine is a synthetic amino compound is used as anesthetic in the dentistry. Next, adrenaline, ephedrine. Adrenaline and ephedrine. Then both contains secondary amino groups which are used to increase the blood pressure. These two also drugs, of course. And Benadryl, another drug. Benadryl contains a tertiary amino group used as antihistamine. What is antihistamine? We will learn in next lesson, that is chemistry in everyday life topic. Right. Next, quaternary ammonium salts. Quaternary ammonium salts are used as surfactants. What are surfactants? We'll learn in surface chemistry topic. Then diazonium salts. What are diazonium salts? We'll learn in the present amines topic only. Diazonium salts are intermediates in the preparation of a variety of aromatic compounds. This is these are some introductory points in this amines topic. Right. Now we will enter into our actual amines topic now. Right. Now we will define what are amines. What are amines? See here. Already known to you, this is ammonia. This is ammonia. Now what I am doing, in ammonia one nitrogen as well as 3 hydrogens are there. One hydrogen I am removing, or one hydrogen is replaced with one alkyl group. Suppose, then what will get then one hydrogen removed? Alkyl group has substituted, we will get RNH2. Here what is R? R is alkyl group. Not only alkyl group, we can also replace with aryl group also, doesn't matter. Therefore, instead of R, I can write AR. AR is nothing but aryl, NH2. This is ammonia, but this is amine. This is also amine. Suppose here only one hydrogen has replaced with one alkyl or aryl group. Next, what I am doing, 2 hydrogens I will replace. 2 hydrogens I will remove and 2 alkyl groups or 2 aryl groups I will substitute. What will we get then? R2NH is obtained. Exactly, Ar2NH is obtained. This is also amine as well as this is also amine. I'll repeat. This is ammonia, amine, 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 amine. Next, here one hydrogen has replaced with alkyl or aryl group. Here two hydrogens are replaced with alkyl or aryl groups. Next, what I am doing? All three hydrogens I will replace with alkyl or aryl groups like this: R3N or AR3N. Right? Of course, everywhere nitrogen is having lone pair. See here, this is ammonia, it's a parent compound, and this is amine, 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 amine. All are amines. Right. Now, how to define amines? How to define amines? Very simple. Amines are alkyl or aryl. Alkyl or aryl derivatives of ammonia. I'll repeat. Amines are alkyl or aryl derivatives of ammonia. Means basically these amines are obtained from ammonia only. That's why once again amines are alkyl or aryl derivatives of ammonia which are obtained by replacing one or more hydrogen atoms with alkyl or aryl groups. Once again, amines are derivatives of alkyl or aryl derivatives of ammonia which are obtained by replacing one or more hydrogen atoms of ammonia with alkyl or aryl group. I'll repeat once again. Amines are alkyl or aryl derivatives of ammonia which are obtained by replacing one or more hydrogen atoms of ammonia with again alkyl or aryl groups. Right. This is just introduction of amines. Now if you observe, we are having three types of amines. This is one type of amine, it is another type of amine, this is another type of amine. That's why now we'll discuss about classification of amines. How amines are classified, we'll learn clearly. Classification we'll see now. Try to understand how amines are classified, we'll see then. Right. Then its origin is ammonia only. All amines origin is ammonia only. In ammonia, what I am doing? One hydrogen I will remove and one alkyl group I will substitute. Of course, it may be alkyl or aryl, doesn't matter. Now I will take here alkyl group, of course. Now one hydrogen I am removing, minus hydrogen, and one alkyl group I have substituted. Then you will get a RNH2. Is amine. It is not ammonia. It is amine. Right. Next. Here in the second case, two hydrogens I will remove, two alkyl groups I will substitute, minus 2H plus 2R. Therefore, the obtained compound is R. We will write like this: NH R R. It is also amine. It is amine. It is also amine. Next, last, all three hydrogens I will remove, and three alkyl groups I have substituted. Then we will get R as well as R. Right. It is also amine only. Now we will see the difference. Repeat once again. It is amine. It is also amine. It is also amine. All these three amines are basically obtained from ammonia. Right. Then what is the difference among these amines? Very simple. Here one hydrogen is replaced with only one alkyl group. Here two hydrogens are replaced with two alkyl groups. Here three hydrogens are replaced with three alkyl groups. Right. Then if nitrogen is connected with only one carbon atom, I'll repeat. If nitrogen is connected with one alkyl group, the obtained amine is called as a primary amine. Or if only one hydrogen is replaced with one alkyl group, the obtained amine is called as primary amine. Then another one, second one. How to define? Means here two hydrogens are replaced with two alkyl groups, or if nitrogen is connected with the two alkyl groups directly, it is called as a secondary amine. Sorry. Next, third one. all three hydrogens are replaced with three alkyl groups, the obtained amine is called as tertiary amine. Or we can also define like this. In tertiary amine, what happened? Nitrogen is connected with three alkyl groups directly. That's it. Now, here primary amines, secondary amines, tertiary amines will write their functional groups. Primary amine functional group is just bond NH2 is a primary amine, and a secondary amine is NH with two bonds is the functional group of secondary amine. Means compulsory here carbon, here also carbon will be there. Here also carbon will be there. Hydrogen should not write. If you write hydrogen, again it becomes ammonia, not amines. Right. Therefore, it is a functional group of primary amines. It is a functional group of secondary amines. Now, what is the functional group of tertiary amine? Very simple. Nitrogen with three bonds. Of course, everywhere a lone pair is common. That is a functional group of tertiary amines. That's it. Therefore, how to define primary amines? Means the amines in which if nitrogen is directly connected to with only one alkyl group is called as primary amine. If nitrogen is connected with the two alkyl groups directly is called as secondary amine. If nitrogen is connected with the three alkyl groups directly is called as tertiary amine. That's it. Right. Now we'll discuss about structure of ammonia as well as primary amines as well as secondary amines as well as tertiary amines. This is classification. Next we'll discuss about structure. Its hybridization as well as its structure. Okay, first we'll recall about the structure of ammonia. Already in our first year PUC chemical bonding lesson, we have learned clearly regarding the structure of ammonia. Its hybridization, its shape as well as its bond angle, etc. We have learned in our first year PUC. Once again, just will recall. In ammonia, the central atom is nitrogen. Atomic number of nitrogen is of course 7, and its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Okay, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 3, 7, and a total 7 electrons are present in the nitrogen. In the valence shell, how many electrons are present? Valence is nothing but the last shell. Then a 3 plus 2, total 5 electrons are present in the valence shell. Now what I am doing, whatever the valence shell is there, that valence shell will write as a box type, box method. 2s is one box, and 2p contains 3 boxes. One is px, one is py, one is pz, of course. And 2s is having 2 electrons. 2p is having 3 electrons. 2p3. Right. Now, in the formation of ammonia, our central nitrogen undergoes sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization. How? Say it is a 2s orbital, it is a 2p orbital. One s orbital, 3 p orbitals will intermix. One s orbital, 3 p orbitals will be intermixing, and after that sp3 hybridization is taking place. One s, 3 p orbitals are mixing. The phenomena itself is called as sp3 hybridization. Means total how many orbitals are mixing? 1, 2, 3, 4 orbitals are mixing. If 4 orbitals mix, definitely then total 4 new orbitals will form. 4 new orbitals will be arranged in the tetrahedral manner like this. See, it is one hybrid orbital, it is another hybrid orbital, it is again another hybrid orbital, it is again another hybrid orbital. Like that, all 4 hybrid orbitals will be arranged in the tetrahedral manner, and its name is sp3, 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 sp3. Right. And its shaping, its geometry is tetrahedral. Now, all these 4 hybrid orbitals are related to nitrogen only. Now, if you observe pure orbitals, then the s orbital is having a lone pair. Now, the same lone pair will transfer to one of the hybrid orbitals like this. Next, remaining pure orbitals are having unpaired electrons. That's why remaining hybrid orbitals are having unpaired electrons like this. Of course, it is sp3 hybrid orbital, sp3 hybrid orbital, sp3 hybrid orbital, sp3 hybrid orbital. In the formation of ammonia, nitrogen is forming bond with hydrogen. Hydrogen means already known to you, atomic number is 1 and its electronic configuration is 1s1. Okay, that's why here what happened, hydrogen s orbital, hydrogen's s orbital, here also because total 3 hydrogens are there, and here another second hydrogen's s orbital, here third hydrogen's s orbital. Now what happened, hydrogen need one more electron to get helium configuration. That's why every hydrogen's s orbital will be overlapping with sp3 hybrid orbital of nitrogen like this. Then this s orbital is overlapping with sp3 hybrid orbital of nitrogen. Because of that reason, hydrogen is getting a duplet configuration. Hydrogen is getting a helium configuration because hydrogen is getting stability. And here also this hydrogen also is overlapping with s orbital of hydrogen. Sorry, this hydrogen is overlapping with sp3 hybrid orbital of nitrogen. That's why this hydrogen is also getting the helium configuration. Exactly. This hydrogen is also overlapping with sp3 hybrid orbital of nitrogen. Because of that reason, all 3 hydrogens are getting a stable configuration. Then what about nitrogen? Previously, when nitrogen was alone, total 5 valency electrons are present in the valence shell. If 5 valency electrons are present, definitely it is not stable. Then still 3 electrons are needed. That's why our nitrogen is sharing 3 electrons of hydrogen atoms individually. Therefore, after sharing, now total nitrogen is having how many electrons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nitrogen is getting octet configuration. Means nitrogen is getting stability as well as 3 hydrogens also getting stability. Right. Now, we'll write here this electron pair is not involved in the bond formation. Because of that reason, this pair is called as lone pair. And this electron pair is involved in the bond formation. This electron pair is also involved. This electron pair is also involved. That's why these 3 pairs are called as bond pairs. It is lone pair. These 3 are bond pairs. Therefore, the structure of ammonia is like this. Now I'll write this hybrid orbitals. As it is. Now here we are getting one bond with the hydrogen. Hydrogen bond is also with hydrogen. One bond is forming. Right. Now here, suppose here also bond has formed. Suppose if here also bond has formed, definitely its shape would be tetrahedral. But here bond is not there. It's just a lone pair only present. And because of lone pair, what happened? Some repulsions existed between the lone pair as well as bond pair. Because of that reason, its structure has changed from tetrahedral to pyramidal, as well as bond angle also changed from 109 degrees 30 minutes to 107. Why? Because sp3 hybridization means our expected bond angle is 109 degrees 30 minutes. But what happened here? Because of repulsions between lone pair as well as bond pair, then a bond angle is reduced to just 107 degrees only. And its shape is a pyramidal shape. Right. This is structure of ammonia. This already learned in your first year PUC. Now we will discuss about amines structure. Just ammonia only. Amines structure. Amines purpose. Let us take example of CH3NH2 is one of the primary amine because nitrogen is connected with only one alkyl group, and CH3NH it is a secondary amine because nitrogen is connected with 2 alkyl groups, and next nitrogen is connecting with 3 alkyl groups here. Tertiary amine, primary amine example, secondary amine example, tertiary amine example. Now we will discuss about the primary amine. Primary amine structure as well as ammonia structure, both are quite similar. Here one of the hydrogen I am replacing with a methyl group. This is absolutely methyl amine, primary amine structure. And here advantage is bond angle as well as shape, both are quite similar. This primary amine shape is pyramidal as well as its bond angle is also 107 degrees only. It is quite similar to ammonia. Now we will go to secondary amine. Secondary amine structure we will see. Another hydrogen atom I am just replacing with another methyl group. It is a secondary amine structure. Here also bond angle as well as the shape, both are quite similar. With this secondary amine shape is also pyramidal, bond angle is also 107 degrees only. Right. Now we will discuss about tertiary amines. In tertiary amine, nitrogen is connected with three alkyl groups. That's why from ammonia, that last hydrogen also I am replacing with a methyl group. It's absolutely tertiary amine. Right. Then if you observe the tertiary amine structure, here also in primary amine also nitrogen sp3 hybridization. In secondary amine also nitrogen sp3 hybridization. Even in tertiary amine also nitrogen is sp3 hybridization only. There is no any difference. And in primary amines also shape is pyramidal. Secondary amines also shape is pyramidal, as well as the tertiary amines also shape is pyramidal. But the difference is, in primary amine bond angle is 107, in secondary amine bond angle is 107, but in tertiary amines bond angle is slightly differing, slightly increasing from 107 to 108 degrees. This is the only difference between the primary, secondary as well as tertiary. Then why here bond angle is increasing? It is a very simple reason, that is in tertiary amines it is a alkyl group, it is also alkyl group only. Because of bulky groups which are adjacent to each other, some repulsions will be existed among them. Some repulsions will be existed between the bulky groups. Because of that reason, bond angle has slightly raised from 107 to 108 degrees. But shape is pyramidal only. That's it. This is about primary amines, secondary amines as well as the tertiary amines structure along with their hybridization. Here in every case hybridization is same, sp3 hybridization, and bond angle in ammonia as well as primary amines as well as secondary amines is same, especially tertiary amines. The bond angle is 108 degrees because of repulsions between bulky groups. Right. Next we will start nomenclature of amines. Nomenclature. Right. Here advantage is nomenclature part already we have learned in our first year PUC organic chemistry. And that's why I will just see roughly nomenclature of the amines. First we will write compound. See here, nomenclature it includes two systems. One is a trivial system. Trivial system is also called as the common system. Common system. And the second one is IUPAC system. Second one is IUPAC system. Now we will discuss about both trivial system as well as IUPAC system. Then I will give you one formula type name, like always in the trivial system or in the common system, the name should be at, I mean, as one type only, that is alkyl amine. It is fixed. I'll repeat. In common system or in trivial system, the name of any amine should be alkyl amine. Alkyl amine, that's it. Alkyl amine, alkyl amine. Next, in case of IUPAC system, the name should be like this: alk plus ane plus amine. Alk, ane, amine. Root word, primary suffix, secondary suffix. If a secondary suffix starts with A, E, I, O, U, then from primary suffix last letter E will be terminated. In place of E, secondary suffix will be substituted. Therefore, its name is alkanamine. That's it. Alkanamine. That's why in common system or in trivial system, every amine should be alkyl amine format only. In IUPAC system, every amine should be like alkanamine type only. Okay, we'll discuss clearly one by one. In the first column, I'll take compound, amines compound, and in the second column, I'll take a trivial system, trivial name, trivial system, and in the third column, I'll take IUPAC. IUPAC name. Here I'll explain about primary amines, secondary amines, as well as the tertiary amines, even aromatic amines also. Right. First of the simplest amine is CH3NH2. CH3NH2. Okay. Then I will write both common name, I mean trivial system name as well as IUPAC. Both the names will write. Just now given then in trivial system, the name should be in the form of alkyl amine. Alkyl amine. You know what is alkyl? Alkyl is just methyl because only one carbon is there. Methyl amine, that's it. Alkyl amine. Methyl amine is its trivial name. Methyl amine. Methyl amine. Then I will go to IUPAC. Then according to IUPAC, first what we have to do, how many carbons are present, we have to count. One carbon. One carbon means its root word already known to you, meth, plus, and a single bond is connected, that's why its primary suffix is ane, plus NH2 group is present, that's why its secondary suffix is amine. Amine. And secondary suffix starting letter is A is AEIOU, in that A is there. That's why from primary suffix last letter E will be removed. In place of E will substitute that amine word. Therefore its name is methanamine. That's it. Methanamine. I'll repeat. Its common name is methylamine. IUPAC name is methanamine. See here slight difference. Methylamine, methanamine. Methylamine, methanamine. And here one question. Whether CH3NH2 is primary amine or secondary amine or tertiary amine? Very simple. Nitrogen has connected to just one carbon only. When nitrogen has connected to one carbon, absolutely it is primary amine, no doubt. If you want, you can write here. Primary symbol it is. Okay. Next. CH3, CH2, NH2. Right. Will as it is trivial system. Here two carbons are there. If two carbons are there, eth. Therefore its name is ethylamine. Ethylamine. And IUPAC. IUPAC name also we can write. Instead of meth, we will write eth. Eth plus ane plus amine. That's why its name is ethanamine. 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 See here, it is ethylamine, ethanamine. Next. It is also of course primary amine only because nitrogen has connected to only one carbon. Nitrogen has a direct connected with only one carbon atom. Next, CH3, CH2, CH2, NH2. Here also nitrogen has a direct connected with only one carbon atom, absolutely primary amine, no doubt. Now we will write its common name as well as the IUPAC name. We will do one thing. Before we will going to write its name, I will give you its another example. CH3, CH, CH3, NH2. Definitely it is also primary amine because nitrogen has connected just with one carbon only. It is also primary amine, no doubt. Right, now we will see the difference among them. Here also nitrogen is connected with the 3 carbons carbon chain. Here also nitrogen is connected with the 1, 2, 3 carbons carbon chain. Here also 3 carbons are present, here also 3 carbons are present. But here all 3 carbons are in the straight chain. But here all 3 carbons are not arranged in the straight chain manner. That's why both the trivial system in trivial name as well as IUPAC name both will be slightly different. We'll see that. First compound trivial name we'll see. And all 3 carbons are in the straight chain manner. Straight chain is nothing but normal chain. That's why we'll write here N, small n representing the normal propylamine. N propylamine. That's it. The name should be alkylamine. Alkylamine. 3 carbons are there, propylamine. And here all 3 carbons are in the straight chain. That's it. That's why N propylamine. Right. Now we'll go to IUPAC. IUPAC means because here 1, 2, 3 carbons are there. Here also 1, 2, 3 carbons are there. That's generally what we are expecting. Prop, ane, amine, propanamine. It is also propanamine. It is also propanamine only will come. I'll repeat once again. In these two examples, the problem is it is also propanamine. It is also propanamine. That's why only propanamine is wrong. Because if I ask to write propanamine structure, some of our friends will write this structure, some will write this structure. That is wrong. Because yes, some confusion is there. To overcome the confusion in IUPAC system, we have to use numbering to the parent chain. Numbering is essential to the parent chain. Then here, why we have not used numbering in these two cases? Because they are not necessary. And there is no any second option compounds. But here, with the three carbons, two types of compounds are forming. That's why to overcome the confusion, we have to give numbering to the parent chain. Right. Then, okay, first this compound IUPAC name will write. Here a functional, NH2 is of course functional group. Functional group attached carbon will give first priority, rank number 1. It is the second rank, it is the third rank. Okay, number 1, 2, 3. Now how to write its IUPAC name? Same. Propo plus ane plus instead of amine will write one amine. That's it. One amine because amine has attached to first carbon. One amine. Then its name is again starting letter is A. That's why E will remove. Its name is propane. Propane means don't write last letter E. Remember, in place of last letter E only one amine word will come. That's it. Propane one amine. Propane means don't write last letter in case of IUPAC system. And its common name is N-propylamine. Propyl, that is propanamine. Okay, come here. Next example. Here always remember, when carbon has connected with both methyl and methyl, this is very important. When carbon is connected with the two methyl groups only, no ethyl, no propyl. It is methyl, fixed it is. In this case, in this situation, then that particular part, that particular group is called as, and of course total 1, 2, 3 carbons are there. In this situation, this group is called as iso. I'll repeat. If carbon is connected with a 1, here one carbon, here also one carbon only, then this group is called as iso. And because of 3 carbon atoms, it is called propyl. That's why its common name is isopropylamine. That's it. Isopropylamine. Isopropylamine is its common name. It is N-propylamine, it is isopropylamine. Now we'll go to IUPAC. IUPAC name. In IUPAC system, again we have to give the number to the parent chain. Here we have given a number from this carbon. Because that carbon is directly attached to our main functional group. Come here. In this case, NH2 attached carbon is this one. If you start like this 1, 2, that is wrong. Because it is a middle carbon. It is a middle carbon. Don't write numbering from the middle carbon. Remember, this is wrong. We have to start numbering from any terminal carbon, and in that situation, compulsory our functional group carbon should have less number. Then it is a terminal carbon, it is also terminal carbon. Then if I start from here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 means second carbon is having functional group. Suppose if I start from this carbon, 1, 2, 3. Again second carbon only is having our functional group. That's why we can start from here or this carbon, doesn't matter. Therefore 1, 2, 3. Like this we have to start from terminal carbons, that is very important. Don't start from the middle carbon. Okay. Then its name is same. Propane instead of one amine, now we'll write here 2 amine. Because amine functional group is attached to second carbon atom. Therefore its name is propane. Propane 2 amine. That's it. Now no confusion at all. If I ask to write propane 1 amine, everybody will write this structure. If I ask to write propane 2 amine, everybody will write this structure. And here NH2 functional group is there. Here also NH2 functional group is there. Here also NH2 functional group is there. Here also NH2 functional groups are there. That's why all are nothing but primary amines only. And their corresponding trivial name as well as UPS names we have discussed. Still many compounds are there. We'll continue now. Right, we'll continue then. Next example is CH3, CH2, 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 NH2. This already you can guess then. Total 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are present. 4 carbons means it is a but, of course, and all 4 carbons are in the straight chain manner. That's why its name is, its trivial name is N. N for normal. N-butyl amine. Because trivial name should be like alkyl amine. Always butyl amine, alkyl amine, butyl amine. And IUPAC name should be alkanamine type. Right. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there. That's why N-butylamine. Now we'll write its IUPAC name. But before we'll going to write IUPAC name, one more example I'll give you here. CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, NH2. And one more point is, here also nitrogen has connected with only one carbon atom, or NH2 functional group is there. Blindly we can tell that it's absolutely primary amine. Here also nitrogen is connected with only one carbon atom. It is also primary amine only, no doubt. Okay. Just now I explained, if a carbon is connected with CH3, CH3 groups, then this group is called iso. And total 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are present. Just count it. That's why its common name is isobutylamine. It is N-butylamine, isobutylamine. Because here also 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there. That's why its common name is isobutylamine. Isobutylamine. Now we will write both the components IUPAC names. How? Very simple. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are present. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are present. But both the carbon chains are not same. That's why in IUPAC system, compulsory we have to give numbering to the parent chain. Therefore, from where we are starting a functional group attached carbon, we are giving number 1, first priority, rank number 1, the second rank, third rank, fourth rank, that's it. Therefore, its IUPAC name is but plus N plus 1 amine. But plus N plus 1 amine, and by removing the terminal letter E from the primary suffix, we will write a butane 1 amine. That's it. Butane means don't write E letter. E has removed. Come here. Here, how to write its IUPAC name? That is also very simple. And NH2 is our main functional group. Functional group is like head to the body. And functional group attached to carbon only, we have to give number 1. Definitely it is a terminal carbon only. That's why terminal means next, this carbon next nitrogen only there. Therefore 1, and we have to select the parent chain. Parent chain should be longest chain, that is very important. Therefore 1, 2, we can go to this side or we can go to this side also, doesn't matter. You can write 3 number here or 3 number here. Any carbon you can give. Okay, I'll go in this direction. 1, 2, 3 is a parent chain. And to this carbon we have not given number. Because this carbon are not having a direct contact. Therefore, this group is not part and parcel of parent chain. It just acting as branch. Therefore, now we will write its IUPAC name like this. First of all, we have to mention the branch's name in the prefix part. Before root word, we have to mention the branches. Therefore, the branch has attached to second carbon. Therefore, its name is 2-methyl. 2-methyl, 2-methyl. Now, this carbon has already mentioned. Now, our parent chain is having only 3 carbons. That's why propo. We'll see then. 2-methyl. 2-methyl. Yeah, prefix part has finished. Then we'll go to root word. Root word is 1, 2, 3 carbons of propo plus N plus amine. And here amine is attached to first carbon. That's why 2-methyl propane. Okay, we'll write clearly 2-methyl propo plus N plus amine. Here NH2 has attached to first carbon. That's why 1 amine. Therefore, by merging all the parts, we'll write its authentic name. That is, here also by removing last letter E, we'll write its name 2-methyl. 2-methyl propanamine. I mean propane 1 amine, of course. 2-methyl propane 1 amine is its IUPAC name. Next, here one question arises here. NH2 is attached to only one carbon atom. 100% it is a primary amine only. Next example we'll see then CH3, CH2, CH, CH3, NH2. It is also nitrogen has connected to just one carbon only. 100% primary amine, no doubt. No doubt at all. Then, but here, see the difference. Amine is primary, but alkyl group is secondary. That's why its common name is like this. To this carbon, then this side one carbon, this side one carbon. Two carbons are attached to this carbon. That's why this complete alkyl group is a secondary alkyl group. I'll repeat. To this carbon, two carbons are attached. That's why as far as alkyl group is concerned, it is a secondary alkyl group, not amine. Amine is absolutely primary amine, no doubt. That's why its common name is secondary. And total 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there. Butyl. Secondary butyl amine is its common name. That's it. See the difference? Whether it is a primary amine or secondary amine or tertiary amine is absolutely primary amine. And of course, alkyl group is secondary. That's why I will mention as secondary butyl amine. Okay, we'll go to IUPAC name. IUPAC means again we have to give the number into the parent chain, and we have to select the longest chain as parent chain. In that, always remember functional group attached carbon should get top priority. That's why, and NH2 attached carbon is this carbon. Again, don't start number 1 here because the middle carbon is not terminal carbon. That's why we'll start numbering from the terminal carbon. It is 1, it is 2, 3, 4 is the correct representation. Don't start from here. 1, 2, 3 it will come. That's why 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Means here our functional group has attached to second carbon. Here functional group has attached first carbon. Here first carbon, second carbon. That is the only difference. That's why same type we will write here. It is a butane 1 amine. Here butane 2 amine. That's it. Butane 2 amine. Because functional group attached carbon is 1. Here functional group attached carbon is 2. And of course, it is primary amine. Still, we are discussing about primary amines only. We have not entered into tertiary, secondary as well as tertiary amines. Right. Next structure. CH3, 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 and H2. Again, question arises whether it is a primary amine or secondary amine or tertiary amine. See here, nitrogen has connected to just one carbon, or NH2 functional group is there. Blindly we can tell it is also primary amine only. Primary amine, no doubt. Now we will write its common name. Trivial system name we will write. Very simple. To this carbon, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons are attached. Therefore, as far as carbon chain is concerned, carbon chain is a tertiary. Carbon chain is tertiary, but amine is primary. That is very important. That's why its common name is tertiary. Total 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there. Tertiary butyl. Tertiary butyl amine. That's it. It is a secondary butyl amine. It is a tertiary butyl amine. Why it is tertiary? Because to this carbon, 1, 2, 3 carbons are directly attached to each other. That's why carbon chain is tertiary carbon chain, but amine is primary. That's why its common name is tertiary butyl amine. Now we'll go to IUPAC. IUPAC name we'll see. As far as IUPAC is concerned, again as it is, we have to select the longest chain as parent chain. And in that, our amine group should get top priority, means least number. This NH2 carbon, this carbon should get less number. Means don't start again from that carbon. That is wrong. Because it's a middle carbon. Now I'll start from here. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Now again to this carbon we have not given any number. Means that is not part and parcel of parent chain. It's just branch only. Now we'll write its IUPAC name. In that IUPAC name, total 3 carbons only present in the parent chain. That's why its name is 2-methyl. First we will mention the branch name. 2-methyl. 2-methyl. Yeah, 2-methyl. Propane. Propane. Again, last letter E will be removed. Propane 2-amine. That's it. 2-methyl propane 2-amine is its IUPAC name. 2-methyl is prefix. Prop, root word. Ane, primary suffix. Secondary amine. Sorry, 2-amine is 2-amine is secondary suffix. That's it. Okay. Till now we have learned only primary amines nomenclature system only. Right now, slowly we'll enter into secondary amines as well as tertiary amines. Next example we'll see now. CH3 NH CH3 compound given. First, we have to identify whether it is primary amine or secondary amine or tertiary amine. Very simple. Here, a nitrogen has connected to 2 carbon atoms directly. Or here our functional group is NH. If NH is there, that is a secondary amine only, no doubt. It is secondary amine. Therefore, how to write its common name as well as IUPAC name we'll see now. But before that, once again we'll recall primary amine common name. It is a primary amine. Only will have one alkyl group and amine group. That's why methyl amine, alkyl amine. That's it. Methyl amine. Then here, how many alkyl groups are there? 2 alkyl groups are there. That too, same alkyl groups are there. That's why simply we'll write the word, prefix word di. Di is nothing but 2. And which alkyl groups are there? Methyl. So its name is dimethylamine. That's it. Dimethylamine. Over. It is only methylamine. Methylamine. It is dimethylamine. That's it. Methylamine. Dimethylamine. Over. Now the important point is IUPAC name. How to write its IUPAC name will learn clearly. Here it is methyl group, it is also methyl group. Here we'll have one carbon, here also we'll have one carbon. As far as IUPAC is concerned, always remember, out of 2, only one carbon will be treated as parent chain and other carbon will be treated as branch. Here which carbon is treated as parent chain, which carbon is treated as branch is our vision. Because both are same number of carbons. That's why I'll take this carbon as parent chain. This is parent chain, suppose. Now it is acting as a branch. Then how to mention its IUPAC name? Here branch is attached to nitrogen. Branch has attached to nitrogen. That's why its IUPAC name is like this. Capital N, this is very important, not small n. Small n represents normal. Capital N represents nitrogen only, no doubt. N methyl. N methyl, because our methyl has connected to nitrogen. N methyl. N methyl. N methyl. Remaining parent chain contained only one carbon. One carbon, amine name already known to you. Methanamine, that's it. Methanamine. N methyl methanamine. N methyl methanamine. N for nitrogen, not normal. Means our methyl is connected to nitrogen only. Remaining parent chain is having only one carbon atom. That's it. Next example. C2H5 NH C2H5. You can write this or any time, both are same only. Okay. Then first of all we'll identify whether it is a primary or secondary or tertiary. Absolutely secondary amine, because this nitrogen is also connected to one carbon. This nitrogen also connected to one carbon. Then some of our friends will get upset, here 2 carbons are there. Not 2 carbons. We'll split like this. CH2 CH3 ethyl group. It is also CH2 CH3 ethyl group. Means nitrogen is connected to 2 carbon atoms only. Or if you see the functional group, that is NH, absolutely secondary amine. Then how to write its common name already known to you. Previously it was methyl methyl dimethylamine. It is ethyl. Okay, it is ethyl. Diethylamine. Diethylamine. Common name already completed. Now we'll go to IUPAC. IUPAC is also quite similar. It is also ethyl group. It is also ethyl group. If both the groups are same, there is no any problem. Any one group will be considered as parent chain, and other group is treated as a branch. Now it is a branch. How to write its name? Similar, same. N for nitrogen, N-ethyl. Remaining parent chain contains 2 carbon atoms, ethanamine. N-ethyl ethanamine. N-ethyl, right? Here also 2 methyl groups are same. Here 2 ethyl groups are same. Next, I will give you 2 different alkyl groups are present. Here I write. One is methyl group, one is ethyl group. Right. How to write its common name as well as IUPAC name? Let's see now. Again, whether it is a primary amine or secondary amine, 100% secondary amine only, because nitrogen is connected to 2 carbon atoms. Secondary amine, no doubt. Now, its a common name, trivial name, very simple. It is ethyl group, E letter will come as first. It is methyl, M. When 2 different alkyl groups are present, then will follow alphabetical order. Okay, according to alphabetical order, E letter will come first, then M letter will come. Therefore, first we'll mention ethyl group name, ethyl, then we'll go to methyl, methyl amine, that's it. It's like again alkyl amine. It is alkyl amine. Name is quite similar, only no change. Here alkyl means ethyl, methyl amine, because both alkyl groups are different. If both alkyl groups are different, definitely their names we have to mention compulsory. According to alphabetical order, we have to mention ethyl, methyl amine. Now the problem arises with IUPAC name. IUPAC is like this. Then here methyl group is there, here ethyl group is there. Here 2 types of names will come. What are those 2 types of names? Means suppose if ethyl group is taken as parent chain, then its name is N-methyl. I am giving the possibilities. Later we will decide. N-methyl. Parent chain is ethanamine. It is possibility 1. Possibility 2 is if you consider this as parent chain, suppose this is a branch. Therefore its name is N-ethyl. Parent chain contain only 1 carbon, methanamine. Like this 2 possibilities are coming. I'll repeat. If you consider these 2 carbons in the parent chain, then this is the name. If this carbon is considered in the parent chain, this is the name. Out of these 2, which is correct? Very simple. Always, as well as IUPAC rules are concerned, longest chain should be the parent chain. Longest chain. That's why if you take this chain as parent chain, it includes 2 carbons. This is correct. But if you take this chain as parent chain, it is having only 1 carbon. That is wrong. Always, more number of carbon atoms chain should be the parent chain. Therefore, this is our parent chain. Means it is absolutely branch. If it is a branch, its name is N-methyl. N-methyl, because methyl is attached to nitrogen. N for nitrogen, N-methyl. Parent chain is ethanamine. That's it. N-methyl, ethanamine. Is its IUPAC name? N-methyl ethanamine. Right. Okay. Till now, we have completed up to secondary amines nomenclature. In the next video, we'll continue. We'll discuss some more examples regarding this nomenclature. Okay. Thank you for watching. Bye.